I need a break from all that FNF stuff. What can I do? Guess I might as well play some Mario Party. But not the ones that are classic. I'm talking about Mario Party 9 and 10. What am I ranking on them? The bosses. Me and my bro will take turns. It depends on how fun they are, how unique they are, and how memorable they are. So you ready, bro?
Why, yes, brother. Without further ado, let us begin in 3, 2, 1.
Bowser Jr. Bowser Jr. is not good. The only good thing about it is the music. Other than that, this boss is just infuriating because it takes so long. Depending on how much luck you get, this boss is 100% luck. You roll the dice, as King Dice would say. And depending on whether you land on a star, you get to attack him. You can either hit him 3 times, 6 times, 9 times, 12 times, or 15 times. And in his second phase, he'll make more of those Bowser Jr. things that you'll rarely even get. Yeah, this boss is not fun. Moving on.
King Babam. Now, my brother and I were debating whether this fight is worse than number 20. But alas, we have decided King Babam is not fun at all. Now, he's slightly better because the fight can end quicker, but it has a similar problem where the fight is entirely luck, but this time it's based on the players. So what you do is, there are 4 Babams with button inputs. You have to select one of those button inputs, and the button you select, the bomb you will throw. But if another person chooses that same output, you will bump into each other and neither of you gets it. So this concept is already terrible on paper because you can bump into each other over and over and over again and never win. Never! Unless you get good. And even worse, when he's angry, he throws bombs, removing your points, making you even less likely to win. This fight is just slightly better than Junior. Slightly.
Womp. Now, Womp is a little better than King Babam, but just because its execution is better. Instead of a bunch of people getting punished, it's only one. But this boss is still completely luck-based. What you have to do is either say yes to pull the lever or say no to pull the lever. And depending on who is in front of Womp, he will crush him. And that gives you the chance to beat the crap out of him. Now, this is just luck-based. I mean, I like the concept, but its execution is bad.
Megagomba from Mario Party 10. Oh great, we're on our first boss to Mario Party 10, yay! But yeah, this boss is not fun. It is actually extremely similar to the first boss in Mario Party 10, the Megagomba, where you have to climb on some platforms and then land perfectly on him. So this fight is already unoriginal. And this fight happens to be worse because it's slower. Yes, he has less HP, but that doesn't change the fact that it takes ages to do Frick. And when he's mad, it's not much better. All he does is shoot fire. So when you end it, you are just filled with joy that this fight is over whenever it's randomly selected in a normal match. Yeah, because there's no story mode.
Mega Sledge Bro and Mega Blooper. The reason these two are tight is because they're extremely similar and involve using motion controls. And if you ever played a Wii U with motion controls, it's not the best time. I remember when I first got Mario Party 10, and I tried to do this boss, but I never could. And because of that, I never got past the game. Yeah, our childhood is incredibly sad. But they're at least not luck-based. They actually involved a lot of strategy, but it's just due to the poor controls of the Wii U. Sorry, Wii U, it had to be done. I still love you, by the way. That's all the bad bosses. Now we're getting into just the okay ones.
Megagomba from Mario Party 10. This is technically the first boss you will ever face when you turn on the game, because whenever you first play a board, this is the first board, which is from Mushroom Park, which in Mushroom Park is actually atrocious. Back to the boss. So this has an extremely similar concept with Mecha Koopa, but it's a lot more original because it's the first board. So what you do is you climb on some ladders, avoiding some flying squirrels to land perfectly on the Goomba's head. You're allowed to jump on him 3 times. But when he gets mad, the only difference is that he moves faster and the squirrels spawn more. So yeah, this is kind of a lackluster first boss. Now I did way better, which we will get to soon.
Spike. Yeah, Spike from Mario Party 9. Now, this boss is one word.
Start.
Unfair. I mean, the first phase is alright with the hammers, and it gives you a decent amount of time, but once you get to the second phase, you get like 2 seconds. You basically don't have that much time. He'll hit you before you even have time to look at something. There's no time to waste in the second phase. It just feels really unfair. But the reason it's not lower on the list is just because that the first phase is alright. But this boss should have been executed so much better. Like, dear God, this boss is just incredibly unfair. Wait, what do you mean I said fishy boobkins? No, I didn't.
King Boo from Mario Party 10. Wow, this is an enormous downgrade compared to the version of King Boo from Mario Party 9. The concept is just a lot more boring. So basically, you're given a bunch of tiles, and in some of those tiles, there is a button with this light, and when you step on the button, it shines the light at King Boo, damaging him, because, well, Boos hate light. But be careful, because some of the Boos disguise themselves as tiles, and if you land on those fake tiles, you fall down and die. Oh no, I'm just kidding, you respawn in a bubble. What is it with these bosses and characters respawning from bubbles? Anyways, in the second phase, if this is your first time fighting the boss, he can catch you off guard, where he distracts you by putting himself in front of the camera, making you completely forget where the Boos are. So it requires you to pay attention, and he shuffles them. So yeah, it has a kind of boring concept, which they try to increase in intensity, but the standards were unreachable.
Bowser from Mario Party 9. This fight is incredibly underwhelming. This is the fight where you do absolutely nothing and you'll win. You do not have to do anything in this fight to win. You can just sit back and watch the fight play. It's basically you're watching a YouTube video. But you didn't hear me to talk about that, right? Yeah, I'm not retarded. I know what you came here for. You came here to see how is the boss itself. Well, I mean, the first phase is kind of boring with him pulling good, and then you do Super Goku move and beat the crap out of him. So this whole time the Mario characters have powers? It's basically about just Super Saiyans? Is this a hybrid of Mario and Dragon Ball Z? Okay, fine. The second phase, Bowser summons the big bosses. And he basically summons the big bosses like Wiggler, King Boo, Chain Chomp, all those characters. This fight is incredibly underwhelming, but I do like how Mario and the gang have Goku powers. Can I have an episode where they have Mario and Dragon Ball Z as a crossover or game? I would really love that.
Now we are done with the mediocre ones. Now we are reaching into the ones with a genuine quality, otherwise known as the good ones for you simpletons. Yeah. Regular from Mario Party 9. I don't have too much to say about this fight, but it is really good. So the concept is, Wiggler just walks around and all that jazz, while piranha plants emerge from the ground. And what you have to do is find the weak spot on his back and then ground pound it. And there's a big weak spot which is red to indicate that gives you more points. But it shuffles every time, so you can't just keep looking at the same space over and over. But the only difference in the second phase is he gets faster. That's literally it. And that's why it's this low on the list.
Petey Piranha from Mario Party 10. This boss is kind of really fast. It's not too bad for a first fight. It's not too boring and it's not too fast paced either. What you have to do is throw a bunch of bombs at Petey Piranha, but if he eats them, he'll shoot them back at you. And in the second phase, not only will he shoot the bombs back at you, but he'll shoot his own bombs. It's a really fast paced fight. I just wish it didn't end so quickly. There really isn't too much to say. It's just a good fight. Moving on.
Lucky 2 from Mario Party 9. Wow, what an enormous jump in quality for the first boss. So, yeah, this is the first boss you would fight in story mode, or as known as solo mode. And what you have to do is you have to find the blocks which are randomized every time. You have to jump, hit the block, which dispense bullet bills, which you shoot right back at Lakitu. But sometimes they will have spinies in them, so you have to time rightly. So you can either get 1, 2, 3 bullet bills or a spiny. And Lakitu is best known for throwing spinies, so he'll throw some himself. And yeah, if you fall off, you're not literally punished, you're just a balloon. That's it. I fell off a lot for some reason. God, I suck.
Chain Chomp from Mario Party 9. Honestly, my bro kinda sucks at this. But this fight for me is really fun. You gotta be really fast paced. What you have to do is pay attention to the tracks and slot the car that does not lead you to death. But if you're lucky enough, you might get the golden cannon, which does 3 points. Honestly, this fight is really fun, but it also becomes really more challenging because there's 2 death pits in a second phase instead of just 1. This fight is really fast paced, but bro still sucks at this.
Time for the camera to strike back. Cheep from Mario Party 9, which my brother sucks at. Yes, you do. I beat you every time. So the thing is, you have to swim around with these only really well responsive motion controls. And you have to get a green shell and then throw it at the cheep. But he will try to fight back after a small amount of throws. But when he gets mad, he gets a brand new attack where he jumps into the air and then slams you. Honestly, the controls just make this fight really fun and puts it this high on the list. And just hitting the cheep feels so satisfying. Wow.
Dry bones from Mario Party 9. Hey, look, it's my long-lost uncle. Good to see you, buddy. Enough about relatives. This boss fight, I honestly really enjoy. What you have to do is select the card that you memorize, but if you choose a dry bones card, it hurts you. Let's face it. Who even got that one? If you do, never play games ever again. Just don't, because you suck at it, you always have, you always will. Anyways, if you choose the correct card of the platform that he's standing on, you'll be able to hit him. If you don't choose the correct card, it does nothing. Simple concept, pretty good execution. Sorry, Uncle, I didn't put you at number 1.
Blooper from Mario Party 9. Well, one, the significant improvement is the music, and not to mention the gimmick of the vertical is more fun because Mario Party 9 does not have problem detecting your motion in your Wii remote. Anyways, the gimmick is, well, whenever he peeked out of his ocean whirlpool, you just shoot him. You just constantly shoot him. And the other gimmicks are when he spurts out ink onto the screen, making it harder to see, and whenever he throws urchins at you, you have to shoot them back to put them into another player. So it's essentially a similar game of hot potato. And not to mention the music is just a million times better. Okay, next entry.
Next up, King Boo from Mario Party 9. This is a giant upgrade from last time, because it involves a lot more strategy and is not unfair at all. So it's basically kind of like a matching game, but once you get the right needs, not only does it deal 10 points to King Boo, but it also does 3 points to your opponent as well. It's really fun. Like, it involves a lot of strategy, and it's not unfair like last time. The only flaw is, well, the Boo. Just avoid him. Oh, and also, the music really loud. Spooky, scary things. They show up down your...
Next up, Mega Money Mole's Maze Mischief. Wow, a huge amount of alliteration for just a single boss. Anyways, Mega Money Mole, which I'll just call Money Mole, he throws a bomb which makes a maze, and you gotta go through the maze, which is honestly really easy but kind of fun to do. But the thing is not only getting out of there, but also getting there first, because if you get there first, you get the golden cannon. If you go there second, you get the silver cannon. And if you get there third, you get the bronze cannon. And for fourth, you get the simpleton cannon. But then after that, the puzzle randomizes again. Well, the maze randomizes again, and you have to do it again. And later, he gets mad where he places bombs on there, which you can push your friends into and then get ahead of them. It's really fun. Did this boss really want to troll people? Huh. 10 is a cruel game, isn't it?
Next up, Bowser from Mario Party 10. Again, a significant upgrade from last time. Instead of him just throwing the dice, he has a giant tank! And this can do multiple things. It shoots fire, it shoots bombs, it can ram into people. It's so much fun. And you even have tanks of your own, and you just beat the crap out of him with tanks. I choose that over Goku Mario. No, really, I would, because tanks, I feel like it fits Mario more for some reason. But do you know how to make it better? Because you know how to make it even better? You can have mushrooms and your tank will grow. And it does double the amount of points. And this is all right there. So why is it at number 1? It's because the second phase is only just okay. Like, instead of building an even bigger tank, he just becomes Big Dry Bowser again.
Haven't seen that before in a Mario game.
Yeah, totally. This is such an original concept. And finally, the best Mario Party 9 or 10 boss is...
Kamekus from Mario Party 10.
You're just being biased.
No, it's not. It's because it's fun. It is fun. You don't know what fun is. You know what loud of stupidity is. We'll get to that later. But anyways, the goal of this is to just shoot the projectiles at the boss while you're in a plane. Sound familiar? Well, apparently this is Cuphead. And what you gotta do is just shoot him, and I honestly just like how the scenery changes in the background, where it goes from day to night. It's really cool stuff. And when he gets mad, he shoots bigger projectiles. Not to mention, this has the only good soundtrack in the game. Well, I hope you liked it. Please like and subscribe. Bye.